Welcome back to the Unbreakable Mindset podcast with me, your host, Jude Daunt. I hope you all had a gorgeous Easter weekend. The weather was great for us on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And now today, as I've come into work on Easter Monday, the heavens have opened. And I think for everyone, it's probably a day in the house kind of day. Whatever you did, I hope you enjoyed it. I've had some lovely feedback from last week's podcast with Adele. I know Adele has had some lovely feedback from you all as well. I know you've been in touch with her to say that you love the episode, which I love. Thank you so much. I love that I've got an audience that will go to the guests on the show and say what they thought of them in a positive way, obviously. I don't think my audience would definitely come across and say anything negative to someone, but I love how you were all feeding in that you loved the episode. It got me excited, that episode. I flipping loved it. And you'll know that because you heard that in how I came across. And since then, I have had a consultation with Adele, and I will be working with Adele on my hormone journey, which, as I say, will keep you posted with if it's something that I feel like you want to hear or that you might even need to hear at some point, because my journey has been a bit of a tough one with what medication that I've had and how it hasn't worked with me. But maybe I'll do a podcast at a later date, maybe not, but you can contact me if you're having similar struggles with your hormone health. Let's dive straight in. As this episode comes out live, it will be the 2nd of April. What that means is, well, we're in spring, but we're definitely into quarter 2 of the year. And one of the things that I said at the start of the year would be that I wanted to support you with achieving your goals for the year. It's a really lovely space when we hit the new year and we're excited and we're motivated and we're passionate, and we tend to start things and gain momentum, but sometimes that can drop off. And what I want is that I will check in with you quarterly to be able to do a nice little reset. Okay, in business, they treat the year in quarters, and what they'll do is they'll review quarter 1, which is the start of the year, January, February, March, and they'll work out what went well, what do they need to improve on, and where do they might need to reset some of their targets, some of their KPIs, their key performance indicators. And it's a great way of having a marker in the sand just to reflect on what's come before and plan out where the business is going to go for the next 3 quarters even, and what tasks need to be set out to be able to achieve those. But how fantastic is that if you were applying that to your life and you set your year up in quarters, okay? And you treat every new quarter as a new year, as a chance to reset, realign, and refocus. And that is what I'd love you guys to do, and for me to support you with that. It's something that I genuinely love doing, is to look back 3 months prior and to think about what were the things that I set out that I wanted to do. What have I achieved? What have I ignored? And what do I need to do differently? And what do I need to continue doing as well? Because I might have set myself some goals that I can continue working with. And what that means is that you keep that New Year spirit alive and things happen. Okay? I don't want you to get to the end of 2024 and feel the same that you did at the end of 2023. So my question to you, and there's going to be a lot of questions, a lot of things that I want you to think about and to act on. So you might want to listen to this or listen back to it and get a pen and a bit of paper out and make some notes and kind of do a little bit of work on this. So the first step is go back over your vision board, or if you don't have a vision board, and I mean, if you don't, what are you listening to this podcast for? If you don't have a vision board, maybe you've got a list of things that you wanted to achieve for the year. Whatever that is, whatever format that's in, I want you to go back and have a look. What did it feel like 3 months ago? What were you excited about? And what can you congratulate yourself on as well? There will be things that you'll have achieved off that list, and huge congratulations to you if you've smashed some of those things already. The next thing that I want you to ask yourself is, what is the thing on that list or on your vision board that scares you a little bit, that you've put off doing anything about, that maybe you're not taking action over because maybe you have a fear about it? Next, I want you to think about what are the things that you are passionate about, but it hasn't come to fruition. It hasn't manifested in the way in which you'd hoped. I want you to really sit and reflect on what were the actions you took. What were your thoughts about it? Because remember, our belief system is core to achieving any goal. If we don't believe it, it won't happen. We will absolutely sabotage our actions, but we also, more importantly, sabotage the energy as well. So our frequency of the manifestation coming to us, when we have negative thoughts about it, we push it further and further away from our reality. It is still there. The universe knows you want this, but it can't pull it in because you're not aligned with it. So where is your alignment to the things that you want to achieve this year? So let's just recap those two things. Number one, what have you put off that you've got a fear about? What have you taken action over that hasn't come to fruition that you need to review, that you need to reflect on, and you need to look back over and think, right, what worked, what didn't work? And then I want you to do something that you would do at the start of the year, where you almost put your vision board to one side or your list of things. And I want you to look at all the areas of your life right now, and you can write these out. So career, relationship, friendship, hobbies, family members, whatever it is, whatever your life looks like, whatever parts make up your life. And then I want you to think about how happy are you in each of those areas. And if it doesn't score a 10 out of 10, this is a lovely exercise that we do as coaches with our clients. If it doesn't score a 10 out of 10, if it's not unbelievable, what needs to change? And what could you do to impact that change? It could be something you're doing or not doing. Might be something that you need to completely rethink because you need to move away from it. It might be a development area that you need to work on. And lastly, one thing that I would love you to do, and I love this sentence, I want you to write down for the next 3 months, so we've got April, May, June, what would be amazing if? What would be amazing if? What gets your heart so excited that you already know it raises your energy and your vibration? What would be amazing if? And I want you to feel excited and motivated and high energy about whatever that thing is. And I want you to stand in the outcome and think about, what does that look like for you? And what would it mean to you? And what are you going to do to start working on the belief that it could happen for you as well? This is a short episode this week, but it does require a lot of actions on your part. I do want you to go back over this episode, pause it where you need to, and start to do that work. What do I need to do to make sure that you are keeping the momentum going, that you are making the changes that you want to see in 2024, and that whatever has kind of gone off kilter, gone to the wayside, that you're bringing back into focus and starting to do that work on yourself so that you start to believe that anything and everything is possible for you. Have an amazing week, everyone.